Hello, beautiful souls. Hello and welcome back to my channel, and happy 2026, the year of the horse. I'm really excited. This is going to be a really big year for a lot of us. Everything that has been put into motion last year, everything that has been needed to be shifted is really going to start shifting, and we're going to see some progression with that stuff really soon. Think especially like kind of mid-January onwards. But anyway, hello all and welcome to another pick a card reading. Today's reading we are going to be doing a January 2026 general reading. So we're going to be looking at, we're not going to be predicting the future or anything like that, because time is an illusion and energy is fluid, so things can change. We are going to be looking at what it is that you need to know in current energy, maybe what's around the corner, but it's not kind of like this is going to happen and this is going to happen. There might be a bit of that, but for those of you who are looking for defined predictions, this isn't the video for you. Now, before I show you the 3 cards that you have to choose from, I'm going to show you 3 different cards with 3 different images. I'm just going to do some quick admin. If you would like to get a personal reading with me, so if this reading resonates, but you'd like to go a little bit deeper with it, or you have some other issue or question on your mind that you'd like to dig into a little bit more, you can find all my details in the description box below. There are other ways you can support me, and that is through subscribing to my channel, giving the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and of course leaving feedback and comments below. I also have below in the description box my PayPal address if you feel and wish to leave me a tip, but of course that is never expected, okay? So without any further ado, please remember that time is an illusion and energy is fluid, and that this is a very general reading, so you'll need to apply it to what's going on for you, because there'll be a few people watching this video. All right, let's get into it. Hello, so here we go. So for those of you, these are the 3 cards that you have to choose from for your reading. So I know the lighting is kind of hiding this one. So reading 1 or pile 1, if you are drawn to this is Datura. Pile 2 or reading 2 is Kiwi. And pile 3 is Starfish. So if you need a bit more time to choose which is going to be your card for your reading, that it isn't an issue. I will get you to pause the video though, because I am about to start the readings. Hello pile 1, or for those of you who chose Datura, this is your reading for the month of January 2026. Let's get straight into it, because you've got some great cards here. So Datura is basically a psychedelic or psychotropic flower, but it's one that's a little bit kind of dangerous and can be quite lethal. Translated in this reading though, I kind of feel like this is very symbolic and fits in very well with the overall theme here for your reading, because this is really about curiosity, new beginnings, observation, discretion, and cautious exploration. You're definitely kind of entering a phase of curiosity and new perspectives in your reading. And I feel like this is really talking about, with this Datura card, it's really about moving carefully, observe closely, and make sure you honor the boundaries between insight and illusion is really important here. Okay, very cool. Let's get into your reading. So 10 of Cups clarified by the Page of Cups. This month is going to be a really, really beautiful month for you. There's going to be a lot of emotional fulfillment. I also feel like for a lot of you, there's been a lot of reflection going on and introspection, especially that is kind of following on from 2025. And it's interesting that you've got the horse here. So I feel like all that kind of work that you've been doing, that reflective work, that groundwork, that inner child work, is really going to be starting to pay off for you in a big way. And so there's going to be a lot of really beautiful, emotionally fulfilling moments for you. And I feel like you being more vulnerable in your emotions has helped this 10 of Cups to come along, to help this beautiful emotional fulfillment come to being. And this is about you really enjoying that. So this is just beautiful. It's pretty straightforward, these cards here. Lots of emotional fulfillment, especially within relationships, but more so in the relationship with yourself. The work that you've been doing is starting, the inner work that you've been doing and the inner child work that you've been doing is really going to start paying off for you, and you're going to be seeing, you know, the rewards of what you've been putting in. Especially here with the 6 of Wands and the Star. This is beautiful. And as I mentioned before here, you can see this horse here, and it's interesting because the horse also has a star on its forehead. So to me, and there's like a really beautiful crown here as well. To me, this is really saying that you're going to be, this is a follow-on to the success of what the emotional work you've been doing and the healing. You've been doing a lot of healing work, and that's what's helped you to come into this place of like doing well, and the big success that you've had in the work that you've been doing, triumph. And as I said before, with the horse here, it's really just highlighting that this is all starting to come to fruition. And you're really going to see the rewards of what you've been working on rise up to the forefront. It's going to be very sweet. It's going to be nourishing as well. This is really wonderful. With the Page of Wands and the 7 of Swords here, this is really talking about some sort of the beginning of a new project, or the idea or talk of a new project. And with the 7 of Swords, this is really saying that this is where you really need to kind of be observing things, and really there'll be some things. I have a belief, and that I kind of hold very dearly to me, is that when I'm starting new projects or doing new things, there is almost no one that I will tell what I'm doing about, because other people's energy can really affect the outcome of things. So, and I'm not here to give you advice at all. I'm just sharing with you my personal experience, that, and the cards are saying that this as well, is that just be careful who you share this new creative project that you're going to be doing, or this new idea of something creative that you might be doing. Because as I said before, other people's energy can affect the outcome of things. And also, if there's other people that might be involved, you kind of want to just kind of observe their input, and observe what they think of it, and observe what they're contributing to whatever this is. Because this could be a solo mission. It could be simply like a hobby or a project or something that you're passionate about that you really want to put more energy into. So just just be mindful of who and what you share that with. And that's the biggest thing I'm getting here, I think. Also, if you have, maybe if you have someone that's doing something creative for you, it could be something as simple as having renovations done to your home, or someone helping you create a new outfit, or someone collaborating with you in some sort of creative project. Just observe them as well, and just be cautious and careful and mindful of how this kind of unfolds. You don't need to be paranoid or anything, but just be mindful and careful and really observe and keep close to you what you can as well. Okay? Your word of advice is the Page of Swords, which is very fitting, and this really fits in with this as well, more so. This is to say, just really observe communication, observe what people are saying, observe what you're saying as well, and just stay curious. Stay curious and open-minded to communication that flows, especially about this project and what's happening around you. And just stay curious, as I said before, observe and really listen before speaking, and don't make the mistake of making assumptions about other things or other people or what's happening around you. If you need clarity with something, get the clarity that you need through, curiosity, right? Curiosity and being open-minded. Yes, this is really cool. Now, I had 2 oracle cards fall out for you. So these are mudra cards. So we have take a step back, no hassles, and we have transformation. So I won't read all of this out, but this is the stomach mudra. So this fortifies the stomach and calms the nerves. And it says, you can pause. I'll put this here, so if you want to pause the video and read what this says, you're more than welcome to. I don't know if that's going to give you a clear shot. But basically, it says calmness and equanimity are witness to my inner strength. So I think this is just really about making sure that you're being mindful of anything that might kind of come up for you that maybe creates stress or fear, especially with the stomach, because the stomach is attached to the nerves, right? So just be wary of stress and how it's affecting your body, especially your stomach, okay? And it says take a step back, no hassles. That's also like a really good pressure point for if you're feeling really stressed in here. So this is really beautiful. This is just really kind of, I feel like this project here that we're talking about, or whatever this is, could create a little bit of stress for you. I'm not saying it will, but just be mindful, and especially if there's other people involved as well. Also, some of this stuff here might kind of feel like a bit overwhelming, or like, I can't believe this is all happening. Do I deserve it? Yes, you do. Okay. Because sometimes, as you probably already know, even when positive things are happening in our life, if we're not used to it, and if we're doing like a lot of kind of processing of old stuff, it can feel very strange and it can almost feel uncomfortable. Okay, so being at ease with that and knowing that you deserve all these really good things and trusting the process. The other one you got is transformation, the art of change. So this is beautiful. This says, this mudra refreshes the spirit and gives harmony, balance, and equanimity. Make sure your arms are horizontal and keep your hands up as high as your throat. So that's for when you're doing that mudra, which is there, okay? And it says, I'm so clever and ingenious that I can use any situation to my advantage, and I make sure that the greatest good for all comes of it, which I really feel like is this. Okay, so this is a beautiful reading, pile one. I really hope you enjoyed it as much as I did doing it for you. Please feel very free to leave feedback and comments below. Give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and also subscribe. Thank you so much for your ongoing love and support, and I'll see you at my next reading, pile one. Bye. Hello, pile two, or for those of you who chose the Kiwi, this is your general reading for January 2026, remembering that time is an illusion and energy is fluid. So Kiwi is your chosen card. So the Kiwi bird is really grounded. It's a nocturnal animal and it's uniquely adapted. It really kind of symbolizes independence, quiet curiosity, patience, resourcefulness, and connection to the earth. They're very in tune with their environment. So maybe this is really signaling, making sure that you take things at your own pace, that you trust your instincts, and that you honor your own unique path in January. Okay, let's get into your tarot cards. So this is interesting. We start with the Devil and the Ten of Cups. So the Devil is, it's really about temptation, attachment, feeling stuck, shadow patterns. And this could be within yourself, or it could be, external people, situations, or internal fears and limiting beliefs. You'll need to apply it as it resonates for you. But generally speaking, if it's whatever's happening on the inside is also happening on the outside. Okay, so as above, so below. Okay, so so there might be kind of, and with the Ten of Cups here, this is really about emotion, like total emotional fulfillment, joy, family, harmony, and really deep satisfaction. So with these two combined, there's a real contrast between shadow and light here. So this could mean that there's kind of hidden attachments or toxic patterns within something that seems happy, like family or relationships. Or it might be using awareness of your attachments to reach genuine fulfillment. It's really important. So it could be, these cards are really saying that this could be a call to examine what truly supports joy versus what limits it, even in relationships or emotional spaces. So this is a really big month for you to kind of be reflecting on what's going on for you with unhealthy ways of being, unhealthy ways of seeing things, unhealthy attachments, any addictions. This is all shadow work and what's keeping you stuck, right? What's keeping you stuck from having this emotional fulfillment and being aware of it or mindful. It's examining it, like I said before. And as I said before, what truly supports joy versus what limits it through your shadow and your shadows. Remembering that shadow is important because there has to be light and dark. So once we integrate shadow and dark and shadow and light and come to acceptance of this and learn to love the shadow side and to integrate it, then we're better able to manage it when it comes up or when we're triggered or whatever, okay? And then we get this beautiful fulfillment. Anyway, without getting too deep into it. The next cards we have the Hierophant clarified by the Four of Swords. So The Hierophant's all about structure and tradition and guidance, learning from maybe institutions or mentors. This is all about what your morals and values are as well. And then with the Four of Swords, this is really about rest, reflection, contemplation. So combined, these are really suggesting pausing to learn and internalize wisdom rather than kind of rushing into action. This is slower energy. This is Taurus energy, Earth energy. It also could indicate that some of you might be looking more into spiritual or personal study, or integration of teachings, or careful reflection on maybe established systems before kind of committing to things. And it's interesting how it works into this as well. So it's almost like making a commitment to this energy and what it means for you and how it's affecting your life. With the Seven of Swords, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. This is big. So you've got some big major arcanas here. You have the Devil, you have the Hierophant, and you have the Wheel of Fortune. So lots of lessons to be learned here. So the Seven of Wands is really about kind of standing your ground, especially here with this tiger, and defending your position, and really also sometimes persistence in the face of kind of opposition. So making, either standing up for yourself or just kind of defending what you have in a positive way, because we can be too defensive and it can be unhealthy. There's a way to defend yourself without it being unhealthy and creating suffering for yourself or others, right? So, and then with the Wheel of Fortune, this is really, cycles, change, luck, destiny, things changing, whether you like it or not, because this is a major arcana, right? So you might need to defend your path during a time of change here, or maintain principles while the world around you feels like it's really shifting. And this is really suggesting as well, your cards are suggesting active engagement with change rather than being passive with the Seven of Wands. So this is like really going with the change, not kind of just sitting back and going, oh, okay, I'm just going to let this happen. It's about like defending the change, or like rising up to the challenge of the change as well. So it's a positive one. So you've got a big change happening here, and it includes a lot of reflection on your shadow side and what brings fulfillment. What's stopping this fulfillment if it's not there for you now? We can sit and we can blame others, but the reality is, as I said before, it starts within, right? Questioning morals and values, maybe. Taking a reset, taking some time out to reset how you see things, and being able to go with the changes that are happening in a way that's positive and constructive, and defending positive and constructive beliefs and ways of being. And I'm being really highlighted to say here, there's nothing wrong with defending yourself like this tiger, but don't be aggressive with defensive. We can be too aggressive when we're defensive. I need to come up with a better word for defensive, but I can't think of one right now. Okay, so it's just really standing up for what's right, or standing up for what it is that the changes that you want to see, I guess is a good way of saying it. Whew. Your word of advice is the Magician. This is interesting. So the Magician is The Alchemist. It's all about manifestation, clarity of content, and channeling energy effectively. So you have all the tools, here that you need to shape this situation, whatever it is, consciously, and to make it how you want to be it, positive, constructive. You know, when it's connecting with this Kiwi card here, I really feel like, and with especially with the Seven of Wands, I feel like this is really acting with purpose, awareness, and skill, even in a shifting environment, right? So for some of you, this might be about work, but I feel like for the majority of you, it's about a way of being, a way of seeing, and really doing the work on your shadow side, because that's going to spill out on work. That's going to spill out on your relationships, right? I'm just imagining this huge mirror right now, and you looking into that mirror, and this being a reflection back of what the shifts need to happen in order for you to have this happiness, like real, beautiful, emotional fulfillment. So with the Seven of Wands as well in the wheel, this is really, because I'm being drawn back to this is really about standing your ground as the world shifts and things shift. But it's really important that you remain flexible to the changes that are happening and stay constructive and positive about them. Not submissive, but I think you know what I mean. Okay, now you also have a Mudra Oracle card, which is connectedness, and this is the Mudra here, and it's I belong. So the Brahmara Mudra helps to deal with any kind of allergy and strengthens the immune system, which of course, you know, gets affected under stress. You can activate your immune system and your sense of smell like this. Breathe in deeply 6 to 12 times and imagine that you can smell something agreeable, even seductive. Then breathe normally and imagine how you can have, do, and be whatever you want without any annoying allergies. Bear in mind that it is not nature or your surroundings which give you symptoms, but rather your own fears, antipathies, and limitations, which are mostly on a subconscious level. And then it says, I go out to meet nature, my fellow beings, and daily challenges with courage and determination. Beautiful. Pile 2, I hope you enjoyed this reading as much as I did doing it for you. There's a lot of lessons here for you to chew through and mull over and come out beautifully with in January 2026. I hope you enjoyed. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you at my next reading. Thanks for your ongoing love and support. Bye. Hello, Pile 3, or for those of you who chose the Starfish, this is your reading for January 2026. So you choosing the Starfish as the Oracle card, the Starfish is very symbolic of regeneration, intuition, and adaptability. So it's also really connected to healing and guidance because starfish can regrow their limbs, which is really cool, which symbolizes resilience and recovering from setbacks. So this kind of really points to trusting your intuition, renewing energy or opportunities, and kind of healing emotionally as well. So I feel like the overall arching theme here for you guys is adapt, trust yourself, and be ready to grow from new opportunities or challenges. But let's get into the tarot now. 3 of Wands and Page of Wands. So 3 of Wands is all about expansion, planning, seeing opportunities and long-term vision here, which is very fitting for the beginning of the year and for the year of the horse, right? So with the Page of Wands as well, clarifying, this is very, because the Page of Wands is all about kind of, it's young energy. So it's really about curiosity, enthusiasm, beginnings, because this is all about fire. So it could be like creative stuff as well, right? But you'll need to take it as it resonates. So this is really forward-looking energy, and you're exploring possibilities and preparing for growth. So you might receive kind of some new information or inspiration that allows you or makes you feel like you can broaden your horizons. It also kind of encourages enthusiastic action paired with thoughtful observation as well. So this is really cool. So for some of you, maybe you've already thought about a new venture or something, that maybe traveling, maybe starting and, doing something with a hobby that you have that you're passionate about, whatever resonates for you. But this is really momentum starting for you in January. So go with that energy, because it's ramping you up. Then we have, very interesting, the King of Swords clarified by the Knight of Cups. So this is really balancing intellect and emotion, because the Knight of Cups is all about emotion and pursuit and romance and intuition and kind of following your heart. And the King of Swords is all about clarity, rational thinking, intellect, and kind of authority in decision making, because the king is like the king energy. It's that really mature energy. So these combined are really suggesting, as I said, balancing between intellect and emotion. And perhaps there's someone, or it's your own energy combining here, okay? Which means combining strategic thinking with heartfelt motivation, which is really cool. So it's balancing both, which is good to have, especially with new projects or business or whatever. It's really good to have the mix of the two. So you're really being encouraged to make decisions that honor both logic and emotional truth here, pile 3. With the Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles is all about new beginnings that are grounded. They might have to do with money, like material beginnings, stability, prosperity, opportunity. This is earth energy, so really grounded stuff. Could be grounded in emotion as well, but it's a grounded new beginning or opportunity here, which is wonderful. And with the Knight of Wands, this is really about, the Knight of Wands is all about passion, movement, bold action. This is a fire sign here. So, and creativity as well, which is really cool. So this is about really, these combined are really talking about taking inspired, concrete action on a new opportunity, basically. And this could relate to career, finances, or some sort of kind of tangible project. There's also an emphasis here on moving quickly but skillfully and not hesitating when opportunity knocks. So I guess the theme is really grounded enthusiasm equals manifestation in the material world is what I'm getting here. Now your word of advice is beautiful, the Ace of Cups. So The advice here is open your heart and really be receptive to emotional and spiritual opportunities, and really embrace joy and connection. Really time to open up your heart and allow these things to flow, because these things can happen, and I feel like there's going to be success with this, whatever this is, and things are going to be really, there's a lot of energy I feel here about moving forward and things being really fulfilling, especially around a creative project that has to do with money and stability and creativity. A lot of really wonderful things here, is really, really wonderful things. So, and when it's paired with the starfish that we had here before, it also kind of suggests healing and renewal through emotional openness as well, which is really beautiful. And it's just kind of a given, but yeah, this is such a lovely reading. Now, the mudra card that you have as an oracle card is take a step back, no hassles. This is, it's funny, this came out in reading one before, and I was saying this is like a pressure point, but this is the actual mudra, but the actual mudra is that. But that is a pressure point as well. But without reading this whole thing out, basically this traditionally relates to digestion, grounding, and absorbing energy properly. Okay, so it might kind of symbolically represent absorbing experiences fully, integrating lessons without resistance, and making sure that you nourish your mind, body, and spirit. I really feel like it's a call to balance, action, and receptivity as well. So don't just rush, take in what comes with clarity, all right? And it has here, calmness and equanimity are witness to my inner strength, which is beautiful. So maybe for some of you, because you might have a bit of nervous energy around this change, around what is going on here, but this is really saying that you know, just make sure you stay calm wherever you can. Spend time in nature as well. We've got a lot of green here, okay? But yeah, take a step back. Take a step back, because objectively this is really wonderful. Just for some of you it might feel a bit overwhelming, because positive things can still feel really overwhelming, right? So pile 3, I hope you enjoyed watching this reading as much as I did doing it for you. If you would like to get a personal reading with me, you can find the details in the description box below. You can also support me by giving the video a thumbs up, by sharing this video with a loved one, and subscribing. And if you feel to, you can also leave me a tip. My PayPal stuff is below in the description box as well. Thank you so much though for your ongoing love and support. All the best for January 2026. I'll see you at my next reading, pile 3. Bye.